From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. AccuWeather hurricane experts are continuing to monitor the likelihood of a tropical storm forming in either the northwestern Caribbean Sea or southern Gulf of Mexico this week. After that, the storm is expected to track toward the U.S. Gulf Coast later in the week, potentially as a significant hurricane. While tropical development is expected, several factors will dictate where exactly any tropical storm or hurricane tracks throughout the week. One of those factors is extremely warm ocean waters over the Gulf of Mexico, which can drive rapid intensification prior to U.S. impacts later in the week. AccuWeather meteorologists say that there are signs that trouble is ahead. The Central American gyre is a circulation of air that is not only rotating, but also rising. When air rises in the atmosphere, it creates low pressure and moisture, which in turn generates clouds, showers, and thunderstorms. In the right environment and with continued rotation and organization, a tropical system can form, which is what AccuWeather is expecting this week. AccuWeather hurricane experts continue to offer up two possible tracks for an emergent storm in the Caribbean and the Gulf. Once the storm tracks inland, two possible scenarios could arise. One such scenario could involve a track farther inland across the southeast states, while another could result in the storm advancing eastward along the Atlantic southeast coast. Residents along the entire Gulf Coast from New Orleans to Key West, including the Tampa Bay metropolitan areas, should closely monitor the progress of the potential storm. Regardless of the path, there is a strong potential that any tropical system would feed off the unusually warm waters of the Gulf and strengthen quickly as a result. Given how warm the water in the Gulf is, there is plenty of energy for the potential tropical system to work with, and that is concerning for AccuWeather meteorologists. Because of the warm waters, the storm could become a powerful hurricane before making landfall along the U.S. Gulf Coast. It will not just be wind that will be present with landfall of a hurricane along the Gulf Coast. With so much up in the air and little set in stone, the prospects of preparation this far in advance of a potential hurricane strike may seem premature. AccuWeather experts say that now is the time to start thinking about it and even putting some initial preparations in place. Examples of early preparation include developing a plan on where and how to evacuate if it is necessary, as well as making lists of what to bring along and do before leaving. AccuWeather has a hurricane preparedness checklist that residents and businesses can view in the meantime. AccuWeather meteorologists are also watching one other area of potential tropical development, and this area lies over the open Atlantic Ocean, where a tropical feature will have a medium risk of development later next week. AccuWeather hurricane experts are still calling for an above-average hurricane season with 16 to 20 named storms expected. So far, there have been 7, 3 of which have had direct impacts on the U.S. An additional 2 to 4 storms with direct U.S. impacts are forecast this season. That's all for now. There are more articles and regional forecasts at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.